How do you decide what to write next when you're finished with one project? I have 1.5 million ideas, so how do I decide? Okay, Katie, when it comes to figuring out what you want to write next, there are a couple of factors that I take into consideration when I'm deciding what I'm going to write next. The first is, what am I going to be able to sell? I want to know what's going to be marketable next. Sometimes this market goes in cycles, and I want to be very, very aware of what's going to sell best. I sure have lots of ideas, but I want to make sure I'm doing the one that's going to be the most profitable and the most timely. If there's something that is timely, get that written. We don't want to waste that opportunity. So even if it's not the most exciting one that I want, or the one I'm drawn to the most, if it's timely, that needs to come first. If it's going to fall into an area where there's a lot of similar books coming out, so we know, especially in traditional publishing, they take forever to put books out, and you hear a lot about them well in advance. So you know what's coming. You know what's coming. If you have something that fits into that and you can get it written and out into the world during the excitement over those types of themes, do that. Now, outside of that, you also want to be taking into consideration what you're passionate about. What are you excited about? You don't want to necessarily force a story if it's not going to be the right fit for you right now. We talk about this a lot. Sometimes you'll have a great idea, but it's just not going to resonate with you right now in this moment. It doesn't mean you have to get rid of it entirely. It just means you need to put it up on the shelf so that you can work on a more timely project, something that's going to connect with you better right now. You can bring that one off the shelf later on. So you need something that you're interested in, something that you're passionate about. If you start it and it's boring and you can't quite connect to it, it's not the right one for right now. Put it on the shelf. You can come back to it later, but you want to make sure that you are focused on things that are marketable, things that are timely, and things that are of interest to you. Now, outside of that, you can be doing research. You can see what other people are doing. Talk to your friends. If you have a friend group and you all want to support and work with each other, talk about the themes, the tropes, the genres, the things that each other is focused on, and do similar things at the same time so that you can cross-promote and market together. Save yourself some time and effort. You could even financially put into some of these marketing investments together, and you have both of your books marketed at the same time. There's a lot of things that you can be doing to save yourself some time and effort and to bump up the community building and the cross-promotion. Think about it. If you and your friend both write similar-ish books, now you can maybe talk to some influencers and say, hey, listen, we've both got books out. Would you be able to give us a deal if we both collaborate with you to create a video for both of us where they are reading both of the books, or we're talking about both of the books? If you like X, Y, and Z, you're going to like this book best. If you like X, Y, and Z, you're going to like this book best. And you're going to market those things together. You're both going to get the audience, but maybe get the cost down just a little bit. Or maybe there's some other ways that you can be cross-promoting as well. You can do a ton of just, when you're doing interviews, you can mention each other, you can toss each other's name out, you can be doing graphics together, you can be doing comparisons. There's lots of ways that you can be saving yourself time and effort by collaborating with other people. Even though you're doing your own individual separate projects, you can bring your marketing efforts together so you both can succeed. So making sure that you're aware of what is going to resonate with your audience, what is going to be writing to market, what is going to be the most sellable right now, is really going to inform what you do next. And beyond that, of course, your choice in how you're going to be selling this book. Are you going indie? Are you going traditional? Do you need to be worried about traditional timelines? Do you need to be worried about finding agents? Like all the things, then you have to be really forward thinking in what you're writing. So a lot to consider when it comes to this, but you've got to make sure that you are keeping notes on everything that you want to do. Have a running note, a running list on your phone so you have those ideas so you can come back to those later on. And then you need to make the best choice you possibly can and commit to it. There's no right or wrong. There is no, this is the one you should have chosen and you made a mistake doing this. It is simply, you're making the best, most informed choice that you can and committing to it and getting it done as quickly as possible so you can get it out into the world, start making money off that, and getting on to the next project. The one caveat to this is if you start something and you absolutely cannot connect to it, it's taking you a really long time to get through things. That could be one that you need to shelf for now and try another one. There's no shame in doing that. If it's not working for you the way that you thought, put it up on that shelf, bring something else back down, and come back to that one later on. But you're making the best informed choice that you possibly can, given the information you understand about the market, your audience, and your preferences right now. And you are going to go all in on it passionately, and you are just going to release it out into the world and go on to the next thing when it comes to the point of creating and picking your next projects.